did y'all homework. Look at y'all.
Yeah, well, she, you know.
Yes.
I'm gonna give y'all a 5-star review.
Yo, what's up, man? Yo, we're in my opinion, man. We got, we keep it coming, keep the bangers coming. We stay working. We got a special one tonight, you know what I'm saying?
Very
First of
special.
all, I got my co-host,
Honey J,
in the house.
We back. What's up? We are very excited tonight.
Yeah, so over here I got
Special.
Lola, the CEO, mom, vlogger, momfluencer, business owner. You know what I'm saying? All the above, you know what
All
I'm
the
saying?
above. Charleston native.
Right,
From the island. But we don't let her introduce
that's what it
herself,
is,
right?
man.
Hey everybody, my name is Kourtney, but I go by Lola, and I am the mom, the trait guru of Braylon The Preemie warrior, and I am a Charleston native from James Island, South Carolina.
All right.
Man, that's what's up.
Representing. Let's go. We're going to get right into it.
Yeah.
We know that you are most known as Braylon The Preemie warrior's mom.
Yes.
How is Braylon doing?
He's
Please
doing
tell us.
fine. Yeah, he's doing amazing. He's had some trials and tribulations over the past couple of weeks because he's getting over the flu, but he was in the hospital for a day, and now he's doing much better. He's at home right now, playing, making a mess in his room.
Of course.
Happy to be home, happy to be safe, happy to be thriving, and just happy to be living, So he's doing pretty good. Yeah, he's blessed.
Yes,
Yeah.
very blessed.
Yeah.
And so how old is Braylon now?
Braylon is 6, and he'll be 7 in November.
Okay, 7 in
Damn, that's
November.
what's up, man.
And for those who don't know, can you please tell us what is Braylon's diagnosis?
Yes, so Brillan was born at 23 weeks and 5 days. He was born extremely premature, micro-preemie. When he was born, his doctor said he had less than a 10% chance of making it out the hospital alive.
Oh, wow.
So he beat those odds, and he was diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension and chronic lung disease. Pulmonary hypertension is high blood pressures of the arteries that's running from your heart to your lungs. So he has high blood pressures in those arteries that's pumping the blood to his lungs, and then he also has chronic lung disease from being born so prematurely that his lungs were not fully developed yet.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's a lot to deal with.
yeah, so I mean, I think people who have like non-medically complex children, they think it's a lot. But me being a medically complex mom, and I see other moms and what they go through, I'm blessed because it could be a lot more. It could be a lot worse. When he was born so early, they thought that he would have brain bleeds, and he had no brain bleeds.
Thank God.
So
thank God.
he has no kidney issues. He have no neurological issues. He just have to grow. He just have to get better. He just have to develop still. So I just look at him still as a blessing, because I know to everybody else it may look like it's hard, but I'm like, I've seen more. I've seen worse. I'm grateful for Braylon and for his diagnosis and what he's got going on. Yes, 100%.
Y'all blessing to have to have each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Exactly.
Yeah,
knowing all that and being prepared, that's what's up.
I think he feels the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
You can already tell from your character that Braylon is blessed to have such a mother.
Thank you.
And I guess for the moms, what has it been like what your expectations of being a mom was before becoming one versus your reality?
I think before I had Brillan, of course, I expected my child to be born full term. And I expected just to have be able to take him home 2 days after having him and grow up and him being vocal or being verbal. But with Brillan, he stayed 367 days in the hospital after birth.
Wow. So a year.
Yep, he came home 2 days after his first birthday.
Wow.
So me and his dad, we would go see him daily. I was going to see him every day after I got off work. I would get off work at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I was also in school. I was in college at the time, so I was doing online school and going to class and then going to the hospital and staying at the hospital until about 9 p.m. and then getting ready for work and then going to work at 10 p.m. And then his dad was in college too and working, so his dad would come to the hospital around 7 o'clock when he got off, and we would do our family bath and get Brillan ready for bed. And so I think the relief was really him coming home. The relief was him coming home.
Finally have him there with you.
Yes, and just being hands-on and being able to take care of him, and help him grow and develop more and get stronger every day. So I think those expectations of just bringing your baby home and letting them grow up and having what people think is a normal childhood is not my expectations anymore. I just want him to learn how to breathe on his own, and I want him to the small things that people take for granted, like learning how to use his tongue because he's non-speaking, and people think talking is so easy, but for somebody who's never talked, it's not really easy. That's probably some of the biggest differences.
Wow.
Just learning how to take care of him, because I know how to take care of a baby that has no medical disability is easy, but taking care of Brillan is not hard to me, but on the outside looking in, people may think that it's hard. But now, ever since I've been taking care of Brillan, now taking care of a baby with no diagnosis, that's like
real easy.
That's hard. I'm like, I don't want your baby. Hey, your baby screaming and talking and yelling. That's too much. I don't want to hear no baby.
I
don't want to hear no baby.
Why is it crying?
Why is it crying? I'm like, get that baby away from me.
So through this whole process, like you keep being challenged with different issues and different things that you have to deal with. And learning through the whole process. You started a podcast or something like that based on
taking care of Brillan and reaching out to other moms as well. So when Brillan was born, and after he was diagnosed with his diagnosis, and after we found out that he needed a trach and a G-tube, which is the feeding tube that's in his abdomen, but he does not use it. But when we found this out, we was doing research on it, and we was trying to see how everyday life would be with a medically complex child with a trach, but we couldn't find much information on it. So I decided to start vlogging when Brillan came home. So I started the YouTube channel, I started vlogging on Facebook, just to show everybody our everyday life. And the pandemic was going on. I had lost my job because I was working at a nursing home, and Braylon actually one night he had a heart attack, and his dad had to give him CPR. So I was on the way to work, and his dad called me and told me what was going on. I left my job immediately, went home to check on Brillan. Brillan had to be admitted into the hospital. So then after that, God told me, like, don't go back to work. Just stay home and take care of Brillan. You have enough on your plate. You need to take care of Brillan. So I feel like God's blessed me because I was able to take care of Brillan and just focus on Brillan during the pandemic. I did not have to work. My job fired me. I did not have to work. I was fine. Like, I was straight. And Brillan was fine. I just focused on taking care of Brillan.
So, I mean, the pandemic so it can help you because you was able to get funds.
It did. It did help me.
It helped a lot of people, man.
It did help me. Because I'm telling you, I literally got fired, and next thing you know, everything shut down. And because I got fired, my job had to pay me.
Exactly.
So, and I still was getting paid for like a whole year. And I was just at home taking care of my baby. So it worked out for me at the end of the day. And I was just taking care of Brillan, and that's all my focus was on.
And you was able to provide information and started a blog. What's the name of the blog and the podcast?
So our YouTube is called Braylon and Mom, Braylon and Mom. And our Facebook is Braylon The Preemie Warrior and Family. So, And Brillan have like 200,000 followers on Facebook. I think we got like 7,000 followers on YouTube. So, slowly climbing up there.
That's good though. I mean, that's awesome, and I know the exposure has done a lot for you. And done a lot for Braylon. What has been like some of your like experiences as far as, you know, getting into the Mom Talk podcast and relating with other moms? Does any experience stand out that maybe kind of like enlighten you or change your perspective on some things?
I like that I get to talk to moms from all over. I mean, I talk to moms from Chicago, I talk to moms from Texas, I talk to moms from Indiana. So I get to talk to moms from all over. And I also got to talk to a dad who is a single dad. His wife died after childbirth, and he was able to give us his point of view of being a single dad to a medically complex child as well. So I like that I get to get their input, and they get to talk to me about their life, because I feel like they have nobody to vent to. Like, if you don't have somebody that's close to you that has a child that's medically complex, that has a trach, that's been in the hospital for a long time, like, nobody's going to really understand that. So being able to talk to other parents and getting their input about their daily lives, I think that's a beautiful thing. And then I can also give them my input, and we can talk about development amongst our children. We can talk about milestones. I think it's pretty cool.
It's a community.
Yeah, it's a community. Because everybody's child develops differently. So it's not an age thing. People think because Brillan is 6, he should already be out of his trach. He should have outgrown it, because they have a 3-year-old. But every child is different, especially if your child was born at 30 weeks versus being born at 23 weeks. Your child's lung is more developed than Brillan's lungs was, so you can't really compare the two. So I get to meet parents from all over, and I get to talk to them, and we get to vent to one another, and I think that's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
And before we move on, for those that don't know, what is a trach?
A trach is a breathing tube. So it's a breathing tube that is inserted into the trachea. So the hole in the throat, what it's called, is really, the medical terminology is a stoma. So they make a stoma and they insert the trach into the trachea, and that is the breathing tube, and it goes down where the lungs would be at. So it's not long, it's pretty short, because people don't realize their lungs is actually right here. This whole cavity is your lungs, and your rib cage is protecting your lungs. Right. People think their heart is right here, but your heart is really right here under your chest, and your stomach is really right here. It's not. It's right here.
So everything you see is off.
Yeah. So it's everything that you think is not really what it's like. If you really take the time to look at the human body and the anatomy, you really learn like where everything is at, the spleen and all of that. So I actually took the time to look at that and learn where everything was at. And you realize that the lungs is right here. Right. So the trach goes down into the stoma, into the trachea, and if you're on a ventilator, the ventilator then acts as breathing, and it pumps air into you, or it has another setting in which it just keeps your lungs open so that you can breathe on your own.
So you move from that portion of it then to the breathing on your own. That's the next step.
And then after you get to breathing on your own, they change and manipulate the settings on the ventilator to it's more closer to the settings where you just may need oxygen, or you can be off the vent and just be on like a CPAP machine at night while you're sleeping. So it doesn't breathe for you, but it gives you like humidification so that your airway does not get dried out. Because really, when you think about it, it's a thing that goes at the bottom of the trach. It's called an HME, and it's a small little tube, little barrel looking thing, and it acts as the nose. It's the humidifier moisture exchanger. So it does what, like for the trach, it does what our nose does for our airway.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
So I mean, it seems like, so you had to learn sign language?
I taught him sign language.
Okay.
So you
taught him
I taught him from watching YouTube. So it is this YouTuber, her name is Rachel Coleman, not Miss Rachel. Her name is Rachel Coleman, and she has a show called Signing Time with Alex and Leah. She started this in the early 2000s because her daughter went deaf. And because her daughter went there, she had to teach her daughter sign language. So when Brillan was about 1.5 years old, his speech therapist was like, because he's non-speaking, he should learn ASL. So I was like, what do you suggest? She said you could watch YouTube videos. So we started watching Signing Time. And I just would watch it every day. We would just be at home all day, so we would be watching it, playing it. Repetition, really helps him. So he was so little, and the first sign we would teach him was more.
Of course.
More and all done, and milk, and mommy and daddy, and we teach him like each week. I go and teach him.
You learned this off of YouTube videos.
I learned it off watching YouTube.
Man, so we're gonna pop a bottle on you, man, because you are very exceptional.
Exceptional.
And Braylon is so lucky to have somebody that's willing to put in the work to get him where he needs to get.
Thank
you know what I'm saying? There's kids that that don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Regular kids.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
And like I said, we're gonna pop this bottle because you know what I'm saying? Because this is some awesome. I appreciate you coming.
And we're gonna pop the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Charleston's own Don Lucci. We're gonna represent for a second. Always.
Right.
But we talked about the sign language and why he pours that, and managing your schedule at home, like you said, like that routine, because I'm sure that Braylon, like most kids, benefit from a routine.
Yes.
And how has that been for you, like incorporating mommy time, social life, as well as the needs of Braylon and his social life?
So Braylon, he loves to party. This week alone, he did about 2 parties. He went to a party today, and he also went to a party at his school on Thursday. He loves the party, he loves to dance. So I try to get him out as much as possible because he loves getting out the house. So usually during the week, I'm home with Braylon. Me and Brillan's dad, we co-parent very well. So our main goal really is to bring Brillan up in a positive environment. And we really thrive on trying to bring him up in a 2-parent household because we feel like that's what's best for him. So our goal is just to give Brillan the best childhood that he can have. So we take Brillan on trips. We take him to Legoland. We're going to take him to Disneyland this year for his birthday. Awesome. I'm always taking him out of town. I'll take him to Discovery Place in Charlotte. I'll just drive him up there. I'll take him to Columbia to go to Adventure. Next month, I'm taking him to go see Blippi. He's been to like 4 Blippi concerts. So I try to keep his life just fulfilled.
Yeah, full abundance of joy and be able to see things.
And Brillan, the thing about Brillan, he knows he has a disability.
Okay.
And he tries to use that against people who, like, to his advantage.
Okay.
Like, he's really smart. He's really manipulative. He'll try to use that to his advantage. And I'm like, Brillan, you can't do that. But really, I just feel like my schedule is kind of amazing because I feel like I can stay home, I can vlog, I can work from home, and I take care of Braylon. And then his dad gives me a break. When his dad gets off work, we communicate. So it's like, you know, take care of Brillan for me. I gotta go to the store, or I gotta go out. Like right now, he's with his dad right now. So I gotta do this podcast. His dad's gonna watch him because we understand the bigger picture is for Brillan to grow up and be the best adult in the world.
Exactly.
Like that's really the bigger picture. It's for Brillan to grow up and not miss out on anything at all.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna happen because I mean, the way you're moving and what you're doing.
He ain't missing nothing.
That's awesome.
He's so spoiled. Oh my God.
And how has school been for him?
Oh,
how
he
has
loves
that
it.
experience been?
So he actually is enrolled in the school district, but he's on medical homebound, which is if your child is medically complex, if they aren't well enough to come to school, if they get sick very often because of their immune system, the doctor can fill out paperwork and send it to the school district that say that they can't come to school, but they want to receive schooling. So then they find teachers that are able to come to the home. So he has class Monday through Friday. He has an hour of class every day, and his teachers come into the home and they teach him. So he's learning how to write his name. He loves writing because he used to hate it a couple months ago, but now he loves it. He's learning how, like, basic kindergartner stuff, you know? He can identify colors and numbers and letters. So he's just learning everything that a kindergartner will learn.
Man, that's awesome.
He gets work sent home every week, and we just complete the work together and with his teachers.
So that we completely understand, Braylan's only disabilities is nonverbal,
non-speaking.
So
let me erase the difference. So non-speaking, which I just learned a couple months ago, non-speaking is if you have the ability to speak but you can't, but you have the ability to communicate. So he uses ASL, and he has a device like an iPad that he uses to talk. So that's non-speaking. Non-verbal is more for people who can't communicate at all. And they don't know ASL, or they can't communicate any way, shape, or form. So the non-speaking, and then he has a trach and a feeding tube. But outside of that, no mental disability. So he has no neurological
disability. Learn and grow as a. So that is beautiful.
He's really smart.
Clear.
He knows. I take him so much places. He knows direction. He knows the way home. He knows the way to the store. When I go to Columbia, and I haven't taken him but 3 or 4 times. If we go to Columbia to go to the museum, as soon as we pull up downtown Columbia, he starts clapping and pointing towards the road. He knows. And I'm like, how do you remember? He has a really good sense of direction. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, he's really smart.
So and then you say with the trach, and he can outgrow that in a breathing tube, right? So as he get older, that shouldn't hinder him.
No.
As
he gets older and continue to outgrow his diagnosis of chronic lung disease, then he will be able to get his trach out.
Okay.
And then eventually the feeding tube as well.
After the trach out.
Okay.
That's awesome. And you was talking about the co-parenting. So it sounds like you said you and your baby dad, y'all really work together to provide what he needs.
Like a stable household for Brillan,
That's awesome too.
We do. Because we just have the same goal. I feel like no matter what's going on between the parents, if you have the same goal for your children, everything will work out fine. So me and DeMarco, really, we have the same goal for Brillan. We just want Brillan to grow up, be healthy. We don't want him to have a negative childhood. No, we don't want him to have like any bad experiences of anything. And we want him to grow up and feel like, I think a lot of people, they get older and they saw so much with their parents that it ruins their adulthood and their relationship.
Absolutely.
I don't want Brillan to have a bad relationship. Yeah, I do not want that for him. I just want him to be a great man. That's my goal for him, to be successful and to be a great man and be a good father to his kids and to be a great husband to his wife. Yeah, I really want that for him.
Every mother's dream, for their children, I believe, or parent, rather, so to speak. And how has it been you know, we all know that it takes a village.
Yes.
How has your village support been?
So really, I don't really have that much support. It's literally just me and Brillan's dad. And sometimes my mom will help me watch him, but my mom lives about 30 minutes away from me.
Right.
So like if I have to work real quick and I can't take him, because I have side jobs where I do sometimes, and if I have to do a side job real quick, I could drop him off for a couple of hours, and he tries to run all over my mom. Oh my God!
Of course,
but she'll watch him. He tries to run all over my mom, but she'll watch him for me. But you know, I have siblings that live out of the state. They'll help me if I say, "Hey, I need a couple $100." They'll send me a couple $100. You know, but other than that, like the only two people that's really hands on with Brillan is me and his dad. Yeah, I don't think there's nobody else that helps us like. If I need a day off, there's nobody else that I could turn to but Brillan's dad. Right. And really, we're the only people that trust each other with him.
I was going to say
it's good that y'all have that, though.
Yeah, right. Because of him being non-speaking, I really don't trust nobody else around Brillan.
Definitely.
He does have a nurse that comes to the house 2 nights out the week so that I can sleep. But other than that, like, no, we don't really have too much people that help us. Okay. Yeah, it's just me and Brillan's dad taking care of him.
But you have a ton of social media support, right? From
what
we can tell, like your following is huge.
Yes, it is.
How has that been? Like the love that you receive from online?
It's crazy because I get more love out of the state and out of the country
than you get
locally. Than I get locally. Like if I pull up my followers, where most of them are from, my top followers on my page is New York City.
Right. That's
wow.
Like New York people love me.
Right.
People in Nigeria love me.
Right.
People in Grenada love me. People in Australia, New England, they love me and Brillan.
That's crazy that your reach is out that far.
Oh yeah, Canada, all over the world. Like I get people all over the world that comment, that email me, that message me all night long. And sometimes it's overwhelming because it's like I'm asleep. I got friends that live in Japan. You know, I can never meet them. Right.
So how was the experience sharing your story with all these different people?
I love it. I love sharing it. I get a lot of judgmental people that tell me I'm a bad mom.
What?
Why would that even get? Well, I know
when you're reaching out to that much people, you're gonna get
it's gonna be haters, you know. But they'll tell me I'm a bad mom just for vlogging my child. But I'm like, my child loves vlogging.
No, exactly.
I'll ask him like, Brillan, do you want to go live? And he'll say yes. Like he loved going live. He asks me to go live. So it's like, I'm not gonna do something against him that's gonna hurt him. If anything, this helps him because he'll go back and watch the videos of him.
Right, and then he can get an idea of how to help himself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he loves watching videos of him eating. He loves when I record him eating, and then he'll rewatch it. He'll watch his YouTube video.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he loved hearing me praise him in the back, like, "Good job, Brillan. You're such a good boy." Like he loved that praise, and like he loves watching himself.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I know. I haven't even met Braylon, and I'm like, he done warmed my heart.
Awesome.
But it's so crazy because every once in a while, me and Brillan will be out. We'll be in Publix. We'll be in the outlet. We'll be out, and somebody will come up and be like, "I didn't even know you lived down here. Oh my God!"
Right.
Oh my God! I'd be like, y'all can't tell by my accent that I live in Charleston.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they be like, no,
they can't tell.
You're very well spoken though. So.
Yeah,
we know, but they don't know where you're from.
Yeah. So they be like, we didn't know it. Oh my God, we finally get to see you. And I'm like, okay. We'll go to Columbia, like we always in Columbia, and we'll be out eating, and somebody randomly will come up to us and be like, "Is that Braylon?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh my God, can I get a picture?"
Really? That is so beautiful,
it's so funny.
man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What kind of like information have y'all transferred between each other, like people you talk to, as far as to better like help you learn and help them learn? Like, what's something that
they
really
used to
sticks
just keep
out?
telling me to do what I'm doing that I like.
Right.
Just me posting just helps them because not only is it a lot of medically complex families that I'm talking to, but there's a lot of people who are in nursing homes, who are lonely, who don't get to see their grandkids, who don't really have family members, and they feel like me and Brillan are their family. Some people go through a lot of other stuff like depression and anxiety, and they say when me and Brillan go live, like it takes their anxiety away. Some of our followers have cancer, and they say like they're in the hospital, they're watching me and Brillan, and it makes them feel good while they're going through their cancer treatment. So we just got so much people that support us. So it's not just people who are like medically complex parents and their children, but it's people from all over that have all these other diagnoses going on, and they just say we make them feel good by when we just go live.
Yeah, just being inspirational,
awesome.
being positive. I can tell from your personality.
Yeah, because you know I'm really
lucky,
man. You're a very your aura and be around you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's awesome.
I don't think a lot of people can handle it.
And so upbeat and energetic.
She is a bubbly. Your smile is beautiful. I can definitely see why social media is falling in love with you.
Because that people feed off of that.
Yeah.
Right.
People feed off of that. It's very rare.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
Once again, you're one of my opinions. Lucky to have you.
Yeah. It is a privilege.
Thank you for having me.
I think we can move on into what Braylan's mom has been doing on the entrepreneurial side because you have definitely been making your mark. I think what is it? Exquisite 3D fragrances, right?
Okay.
What inspired you to get into the luxury?
So honestly, me and Braylan's dad, we're like business. We co-own that business.
Okay.
So when the pandemic happened, of course I wasn't working and I was just blogging. And Braylan's dad was like, you need something to do, so let's start a fragrance business. So he started a fragrance business for me so that I could do that from home. Right. So I started doing that from home, and it blew up. And a lot of people, now I do get a lot of support locally from people wanting to buy fragrances, but I get a lot of customers in which I have to ship fragrances too. So that started during the pandemic as well. And then I started doing hair. It's like selling hair. I can't do hair, but I can sell some hair now.
Okay.
And I found some really good quality hair with a really good vendor, and we just started doing business together. And I'm like, well, let me order a lot of it and sell it for a really good price because this is like the best quality hair I've ever had in my life, and I feel like other people should have this hair as well.
Right.
So I started doing both of those really during the pandemic just to make some extra money.
Right.
And I ended up building up my businesses and building up my clientele, and people were messaging me all week about fragrances because of the holidays, and people always get fragrances during the holidays.
Right.
They love
Valentine's, Christmas.
It's always a good time to buy.
And let me tell you, I went on the website and I'm like, okay, wait a minute, because the prices are ridiculous. Okay, I'm definitely like, I'm gonna order that. I want to order that. Yeah, fine.
We try to give fair prices to our customer because we know that we have other places like Dillard's or Belk's or even the Fragrance Next that's our competition, like big fragrance places. So we try to be fair with our prices to our customers. Yeah,
check them out because the prices are very fair. You will not be disappointed.
You got men and women, right?
Yes, perfume and cologne.
Okay.
EDPs, which is Eau de Parfums, and EDTs, which is Eau de Toilettes.
Right.
So it's all about the consistency. If you have like if you want something softer, like say you have allergies, or you want something light, or you want something that's not going to really mess you up, the EDT is what's best for you. But if you have like it's all based off your body. If you need an EDP, if you feel like the fragrances don't last as long, if you want your fragrance to last all day,
like
or if you want a higher consistency, that's the EDPs. So the perfumes.
And so I'd be like more of a thicker type of like
it's not
oil.
thicker, it's just that the consistency, like the concentration of it is higher. The percentage is higher.
I know people always be like, get the oil instead of the fragrance.
Yeah.
And the oil lasts longer.
But with the EDP, it lasts just as long because it's the perfume and it has the higher consistency, like the oils in there.
Right. Is there anything you can do? It didn't sound like you know.
Whenever I'm into something, I learn about it. Like I really dig deep into it, so I can learn about it. So I know what I'm doing. So I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm talking about it.
Right. Has there been any struggles with running the business? Or
Yes. Sometimes our clientele, it's all based on the economy. So if the economy is not doing well, of course, everybody can't spend like they want to.
Right, for sure.
So basically, everything is just like a big business, all based off the economy. And we don't want to raise our prices too much because that's going to run off our loyal customers. So, sometimes we just gotta slow it down a little bit. We do have perfumes on hand, and we also have perfumes available to order off the website, exquisite3dfragrances.com. But if somebody ordered it, we'll get this shipped out to them as quickly as possible. Okay. But the struggles is the economy. If the economy is not doing well, then the businesses are not really doing that well, especially with small businesses.
Right. That expendable income. You know what I'm saying? And the groceries high, the gas high. People are like, oh God,
I can't buy my fragrance this week. I gotta pay my bills.
Exactly. If something gotta go, you smell bad for a week. You got to eat.
Smell extra regular. You're just smelling like, what I'm saying, what came out the washing machine.
People get used to fragrance though. It become a part of you, so you got to have it. Once you got that smell.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So when you started your podcast and you started getting all these followers and things of that nature, like how fast did it happen? How did it feel? I mean, like I don't know, feeling because I ain't there yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how did that feel?
Well, I remember the day with vlogging. Me and Brillan, we started, and we would just get 1 or 2 people watching our videos, and we'll be on live, and it'll be like 15 people, and I was okay, you know. I just wanted to put the information out there.
Right.
And one day we were actually at a doctor's appointment. And it was a doctor's appointment where they were trying Braylon off the ventilator. So they were switching him from the vent and trying him on what is called the Airvo. The Airvo is a machine that just provides him with humidification. So we were at the doctor, and I decided to go live. And I went live, and for some reason, hundreds of people was on the live.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, where all these people come from? Who are these? Like, it went from 15 to 100 real quick.
Oh,
yeah. I'm so serious, like, out the blue. Like,
and you went live on what platform? Facebook?
I went live on Facebook, yes.
Damn.
And like hundreds of people was watching. And I'm like, where all these people come from? So then I was doing it off my profile. So I decided then to make Brillan his own page. And like, it just grew so fast. Like, we went from like 10 followers to 100 followers to thousands of followers. Wow. And honestly, he's at the point where he gains 1,000 followers a month.
That's
wow.
Yeah. He's at 217,000 or something like that. Like, he gains, when I look at his insights, he gains 1,000 followers a month on his Facebook. Wow. His YouTube is moving kind of slow because I need to do more with putting more videos out there. So I try to put like 3 out a week if I can. But it's like, it's me. I need to get more content. And I have a lot of content on my phone, but it's about me taking the time to sit down and edit it because I'm always so busy.
Man, editing is the worst.
Yes.
Man. Yeah. I love doing it, but I procrastinate on it because I just like, man, I don't feel like that shit. And then once I start doing it, you know, I get into it, but that's what's up, man.
Yeah. But it sounds like your hobby or something you were doing just to put information out
there
because there was like a lack of platform.
Yes, it was.
You were looking for the information.
I was.
Find it, and you decided to provide the information.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I call myself the Trach Mom Guru because there was nobody else doing it before me.
Wait, say it again.
The Trach Mom Guru.
Okay.
There was nobody doing it before me. Not everybody's doing it.
Right.
There was nobody vlogging about their Trach baby before me.
Okay. So we got the number one.
Well, actually, I pulled that one.
Oh, thank you.
Just in case you want to try.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I know it's kind of far from me.
It's okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So let's see. This is our first time tasting.
Oh, this is good.
It is, right?
I do like this. I would make a mimosa.
Right, I already made a mimosa.
Yeah, I would make a mimosa.
It's good with the mimosa. It's good with the orange juice.
It is. And
matter of fact, I got damn orange juice in there. I should have it out.
Yeah, I usually do like fresh strawberries or something, and it's like it's very good.
Yeah, I love it, man. Yeah. I love it. Because I like, you know, having wine rather than liquor or beer or whatever. And you're like you're a health nut, aren't you? Because you exercise.
Yeah, I try to be
a health nut.
I try to be super healthy, y'all. And sometimes I slack off.
We all do.
When I was sick, I slacked off. I didn't go to the gym for like 2 weeks. But I love going to the gym in the morning.
Yeah, and that's the best time to do it because it builds your day up.
Yes, it does.
You know,
it makes me have a better day, and then I'll go to sleep early. I go to sleep at like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
And I get all my sleep, and I wake up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I go to the gym, and there's not that much people in there, and I work out, and I feel so good when I go home.
Yes, it's the best feeling ever, man. Yeah. But it's like you said, it's hard for me to keep up with it too. But it's like if I want to have the awesome day, get up early, work out, you be like, you know, all day just turned up, and not, you know, in a good way.
In the springtime and the summertime, I also grow my own herbs, fruits, and vegetables.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a garden.
Nice.
I grow my own herbs, fruits, and vegetables, and it helps because then you don't have to go to the grocery store and spend money.
Exactly right.
If I want to make a salad, I go get the leaves out my garden.
Really?
I go get my cucumbers.
And no
I cut it up.
that.
Yeah, exactly. They're organic, which is good for your body. I use them. I make some juices, especially in the summertime. It's literally the best time.
Okay. And so, how long did it take for you to get to the point of cultivating your garden to be able to eat from it?
So you start sowing your seeds so in South Carolina, we don't really have a frost. Because it doesn't snow or anything.
Right, it don't get that cold.
Yeah, it doesn't get that cold. So really you want to start like at the end of winter, beginning of spring. So for South Carolina, the perfect time to start is in March.
Gotcha, okay.
So in March, I'm going to start germinating my seeds. So germinating is the process of like, you could take like a wet napkin or a wet paper towel, you put the seed in there, and you let it
sprout.
Yeah, and it starts sprouting, and then you can plant it. Yeah,
right.
So that's what I'm going to start doing at the end of March. And after I do that, then I plant it, and then it takes... it's real beautiful watching it grow. Brillan helps me in the garden too. He loves gardening. But it takes, let's see, if I start in March, By June, I'm gonna have like a full garden.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm gonna have jalapenos,
I would actually
Carolina. Oh, I love
cucumbers
peppers.
and tomatoes.
Cucumbers, yeah. I don't eat tomatoes, but I do grow tomatoes because if I want to make some tomato paste or if I want to make a salad for my guests, I'll put some tomatoes in there. Right. And then I give my close friends and family members, I give them some of the stuff out my garden too.
Right. Because my parents, they garden. Like my aunt, she gardened. She always gardened. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good trait.
Yeah.
You know, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good because at the end of the world, you never know when you might need somebody to grow some fruits and vegetables.
Right.
I was watching The Walking Dead.
And then it's like
all my neighbors have gardens.
It's like cooking when you create something and you see it blossom and then
you appreciate it more.
Right, right. And it's so fulfilling. You know.
And also, people don't realize when you're growing a fruit and vegetable, the whole plant is edible. The leaves that grow with the jalapeno plant, you can wash them, cut them up, make a salad out those leaves. You can put the jalapeno in it. Like a leaves out of a lot of the fruits and vegetables are edible. So you can use the leaves to make a salad. And you don't even have to go buy salad leaves or anything else. Or you can grow your own lettuce.
Right.
Okay. I know, like with your workout journey, you said you fall off, but you on it hard now. I be seeing you post.
Thank you.
I be seeing you post. You like serious about like I'm back in it.
Well, honestly, after Brillan got to the hospital, I was overweight. I was way overweight because I was focused on Brillan, and I was a little depressed just being at the hospital with him all the time. Yeah. Like the environment of the hospital is really depressing.
Yeah, that's why you need to bring him home too.
Yes, right.
Uplift the situation.
Create your normal with him. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So me and him, we started going on walks every day. We started going on walks, which he loved because he loved getting out the house. Mm-hmm. So I would take him on walks. At this time, I was living in an apartment upstairs. So I would have to take his stroller down the steps every day. Get Brillan, put him in his stroller with his ventilator, with his suction machine, with his monitor, with his oxygen tank. And then we would just go on like an hour walk. We were like, and he loved being outside. So that was also my motivation to take him outside, to get him some fresh air. Yeah, because he loved it. Yeah, so I ended up losing weight just going on walks and going to the gym. And I just try to keep up with going to the gym. And even now, when the weather permits, I still take him on walks.
Yes.
He loves going on walks. And we'll walk 2 or 3 miles and go back home. And sometimes we stop and we go to the playground. And it's just a good time. I just love spending time with him. That's my boy.
Bubbly.
He's my best friend.
That's cool, man.
Which is
that's
beautiful.
And and it seems like y'all so close. Like,
we are.
I got kids too.
He won't let me sleep with him no more. He kicked me out his bed.
Girl, they do that now.
I've been asking him for the last 3 months.
That's him being aware of. Like, yo, I don't want my mom.
Yeah.
Right.
What you
every night I
doing?
said, can I sleep with you? He said no.
I know that right.
Oh man.
My bad.
I'd be like, am I taking up too much space? Like, why can't I sleep with you?
What's wrong?
And he'll point, he'll be like, that's he telling me to go.
Go.
Like, oh my God, Brillan.
Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute.
Man, that's
absolutely. And so I guess now, so you are full-time momfluencer, vlogger, and you're doing the business.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you manage all that?
And I have a part-time job that I do too on the side.
You got a part-time job.
Yeah, I do. And I like it. Well, I kind of just make my schedule flexible because I can make my own schedule for everything. So
exactly.
I have a planner. I write down what I want to do at what day, at what time. Sometimes I don't always follow the planner, but I kind of just go with the flow.
You're probably overworking yourself.
No, I don't. I don't overwork myself. I don't overwork myself.
Right.
When I want to chill, I chill. Like, and even when we go on a vacation is also work because I vlog the whole vacation.
Right.
But I'm also having fun.
And exactly. If you enjoy it,
exactly.
That's just your outlet.
Yeah, and when I need to chill, I chill. I'll chill. I'll watch a movie. I watch a movie almost every night. This whole week, I finished watching all Final Destinations and all the Scream movies.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. I'll binge watch something and just be chilling.
Right.
Quick.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what can we expect from you, you know what I'm saying, in the future? You and Braylon. It sounds like y'all are in a really good place.
Thank you.
You do so much, man. It's like, I'm overwhelmed with I got to do more of my life. I got to do more of my life.
24 hours in a day.
Right. I'm going jogging around through the show. I'm about to do something. Build something or something.
It is such an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
You're an amazing person.
For you to share Braylan's experience and your experience.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all inviting me.
I gotta holler at Braylon, be like, yo, I need to get on your page now.
Okay.
Get on your page, bro.
Anything that you want to leave the audience with or moms with that have maybe a similar experience or just moms in general, because
Take every day one day at a time.
Right.
I mean, being a mom is stressful, but it's also the greatest thing that we're ever going to experience in the whole wide world. Because when you have children, those children are a part of you. Like, they're your best friend.
Right.
Like, Brillan, I'm adopted, okay? So I was adopted when I was 6 years old. So Brillan is really my only biological family member that I know.
Wow.
So, like, me and Brillan's relationship is like this.
Yeah.
Because he's my only blood relatives. And I love him. Like, he's an image of me. And I think people should look at their children as just little thems. Like,
and that's what it is.
Just little thems.
You can live
and you want them to be better than you.
Right,
Exactly.
Yeah. So don't get frustrated with your children because they're just little yous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just little yous. And just take it one day at a time. Be patient.
And that's why you have a lot of patience.
Yeah, I do. I think I have too much patience. Sometimes I just be Brillan be cutting up. I just be like, chill, Braylon, chill.
Right.
I'd be like, okay, Brillan, well, I'm gonna walk away, and you just be mad at yourself.
So you do the soft parenting.
Yeah,
that's a discussion
I do
these days.
some soft parenting. But I feel like I'm more strict than his dad.
Sure.
Because his dad would give him a device or let him watch TV. I'd be like, no TV.
Right,
He was acting up. He can't watch TV. I said he could lay there and take a nap, but he can't watch TV. I'll unplug his TV. I tell his dad, you need to take that TV off the wall. Like, he don't need no TV.
Okay.
TV is bad for him. Like, if he gonna be acting up because I can't find what he want, because sometimes it's hard for him to communicate which episode he want to watch. So I'll flip through and be like, you want to watch this one? And he'd be like, no. I'm like, do you want to watch this one? He'd be like, no. Then he start hitting himself. I'd be like, really, if it's frustrating you, I'm going to have to take it away. Like, that's how I look at it.
And then you say he'd be learning how to do things to get his way.
To get his way.
Right.
So I feel
you got to decipher that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like eating kids.
Yeah.
Like eating kids.
They gonna try you now.
Yeah. He broke his iPad about 4 months ago, and I still haven't bought him a new one. And every morning he wakes up and he signs iPad. And I'm like, no, bro. And he know I have my own iPad.
Right.
So if he see me on
That's
it,
my
he
iPad.
try to take it away
Yeah,
from me.
no. You need to get you a new one, Mom.
If I can have one, you can have one.
Exactly. So I just feel like we just gotta be patient with them and just give them all the love that they deserve, because children are like the most innocent things in the world. Like, they only know what you teach them or what they learn, so they're really, really innocent. And that's just how I see children, just innocent little us's. You know, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
And say the name of your podcast again and everything.
So our YouTube channel is Braylon and Mom, Braylon and Mom. Our Facebook is Braylon The Preemie Warrior and Family, and our podcast is Mom Talk.
I like the Preemie Warrior.
Thank you.
Yes, I love it. I have completely fallen in love with your family.
Thank you.
We will definitely be following you.
Thank you so much.
And supporting everything.
I mean, this energy, I'm like, feeling, that's so bubbly, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Your world, my opinion, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all see how we doing, man. And I appreciate this interview. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Kourtney Grant. I appreciate you stopping by, checking us out, and letting us know what's going on.
Thank you.
And showing that side of you and being vulnerable on, everything that's going on with your son. And
thank you.
What you've given to the world.
I appreciate it.
It's a precious gift.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah.
And y'all are meant for each other. It's
Yes,
like everything
we are.
happens for a reason, man.
Yeah, I think so. I actually had a dream that he was going to be born premature.
Right.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I was about 3 months pregnant, I had a dream that he was going to be born in the winter time. The dream was it was cold, it was winter.
Right.
And I had him really in November. So, yeah. I think God was trying to prepare me.
Yeah.
I would be having dreams about him.
He could probably turn out to be somebody that changed the world.
That's what I think.
Because that's how things happen.
Yeah.
Man. People are put here for a reason. He was put here, and you was put here to work with them and get him where you need to be at.
Yeah.
So he can take over the world.
I think I'm just meant to be his mom. That's my purpose.
Exactly, because I could just, like I said, I'm super excited about following his story and your story, because I can just see him becoming the man that you are dreaming that he will be, training him to be, and people just being completely wowed, you know, by him overcoming all his obstacles. Yeah.
I really think so.
I'm excited about it.
And I mean to cut you
Go ahead, you good.
But all that's going on and how safe it is, how unsafe it is out there in the world. This kind of like situation kind of like forces y'all to be together and keep them away from that.
Yes.
Because there's so much stuff going on with kids right now,
It
man.
is.
And you really can be a force that he's focused on you. So that's going to keep him away from the negative. That's why I'm saying yeah, I'm all really worked up about it, man.
Thank you.
It's good. It's good stuff. Man.
I love it.
You're
Thank you so much,
man. I appreciate this.
Yes.
All right, so that's what it is, and
thank y'all.
Yeah.
We out.
Look at my two deuces up right there. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why you did
I'm
it.
gonna have to cut this shit out.
Don't cut it out.
I did y'all homework. Look at y'all.
Yeah,
I love
well,
that.
Yes.
I'm gonna give y'all 5-star reviews.
That's what's up.
Yes, for real.
Yeah, we didn't even drop the show yet.
Yes, but I like that y'all did y'all
We drop
homework.
the show. Yeah, that's good. All right, y'all ready?